Listen, when I go into a library or a bookstore or anywhere I can get books, I need to be accompanied by an adult who will tell me, this is maybe too many. But the problem is the library, they're all free as long as you return them on time and don't damage them and everything. So I have entirely too many library books currently checked out. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. It is me! In a recorded video! Can you believe it? I had so many goals for this channel in 2025 and they did not happen because I had one of the biggest reading slumps I've had since like 2020, except it wasn't really like the reading's fault, it was brain chemicals and depression and mental health things. So we're getting through it and doing okay. There's a lot of other medical stuff going on, which you can learn more about on my main channel, which is just Sasha Marie. I'm gonna have another health update over there soon. I don't have information on it yet. So anywho, the last, I would say, quarter of the year, maybe in like July, August, I started reading. Oh my god, I started reading. I can't even pinpoint. I'm sure if I looked at my story graph, I could pinpoint, but I can't even pinpoint when the turning point was of like, oh, your new medication is working. Like, you have dopamine and serotonin again, and reading is fun. But there was a point when that happened because I went from like 10 books read in 2025 to 62. I read a lot of things and I read new things, and it ended up being a really great reading year, which is bizarre, knowing that I spent so much of it not reading. Anyway, I have a ton of library books checked out. I have a habit now of going into the library, and we have an area in my library that's the new book shelving. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's been out like within the past couple days or weeks, although it includes those. But some of these books are like, came out in 2025 or 2024. Like, relatively new. I don't remember the exact period of time they leave these books on these shelves, but anytime I see a familiar author, anytime I see a book that I have heard about on the interwebs, I pick it up. And as long as I have the strength in my little arms, or if I have my walker, if I have enough space to add another book, I'm gonna add another book, okay? I'm also in like 4 book clubs. Maybe 5, too many, and so I try and get all my book club books from the library also, which is at least 4 to 5 books a month, okay? I just have a lot of books. We're going to talk about them. Do I take these books from the library with the expectations that I'm going to read all of them before I have to return them? No, I don't. But I do know, because I worked in the library for a few years, I do know that every time I check out an item, it is helpful to the library and their year-end statistics. Every time I renew an item and say, no, I don't want you to have it back yet, because I might still have time to read it. Every time I put something on hold and then go pick it up. Every time I interact with the library in a way that boosts their statistics for the end of the year, I am helping my library. So even if I don't read these books, I'm helping the library. And I try really hard not to feel guilt about the fact that while I have them, other people can't be reading them right now. But the good thing is my library has more than one copy, and so it assuages the guilt just a tiny bit. But I do have the guilt in the back of my mind that while I have these books, someone else doesn't have these books, which is why I always bring them back on time. Even if I keep them for entirely too long and don't end up reading them, I do bring them back on time. So that's maybe my advice to you, is if you say, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time to read, but like this sounds really good, check the book out from your library. Even if you do it off of Libby or Hoopla or whatever, Overdrive, whatever system your library uses, it's all good information for your library. It tells them you're interested in this author, it tells them you want to use these services, it helps. It all helps. Okay, let's get into the books. This is one for an online book club I'm a part of. They already did the meeting, but I would still like to read it. It's called Immaculate Conception by Ling Huang. This, I need to pull up Storygraph because I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going to read the blurb. I have too many books, okay, to read blurbs. So we're just going to go over the Storygraph, genre section and maybe some moods, and that's it. There's entirely too many for me to do all of the things. Immaculate Conception on Storygraph is listed as fiction, horror, literary, dark, emotional, reflective, medium paced. It's 289 pages and came out in 2025. That's all the information I'm going to give you for each of these books. And maybe a personal why I picked it up, something like that. Up next is a book for my book club. You can read with us, where we read queer, diverse, and disabled reads every month of the year. First up for January is God Killer by Hannah Canner. We are going to look this one up because I have a hole in my brain and don't remember things. So, God Killer. This one is fiction, fantasy, adventurous, dark, tense, medium paced, and I'm pretty sure the MC or someone in here is disabled, and that's why we picked it. Well, we vote on 3 books, and then this one won. It's okay. Up next is another book for a book club, but it's not my book club, and it is Finding Grace by Loretta Rothschild. This cover, I'll be honest, creeps me out, and I don't think this is a scary book. I think it's just literary fiction, but I'll tell you for sure in just a second. But that cover, spooky to me. Oh, don't fall. That would be more spooky. This book is fiction, contemporary, literary, emotional, reflective, sad, medium paced. It's 336 pages and came out in 2025. I did forget to tell you about God Killer, so let me go back really quick. It's 300 pages and came out in 2023. Up next is a book I have seen everywhere, and I really want to read it, even though there's been some, letdown and disappointment, and, I think it was so highly anticipated and, such a cool concept, and then it kind of maybe fell flat. I don't know, because I haven't read it yet. But it's Water Moon by Samantha Soto Yambao. Did I say their name right? I don't know. I'm so sorry. Let's look up the stats on Water Moon. It's 374 pages, came out in 2025. It's fiction, contemporary, fantasy, adventurous, emotional, mysterious, medium paced. On Storygraph, it has a 3.83 rating, and one of my friends who read it did give it 2 stars. So, that's not looking promising, but that's why I'm so interested to read it. Because why is it not hitting? You know? I need to know. And my goal for 2026 is to DNF more books, which is why on the last day of 2025, I DNF'd We Love You, Bunny by Mona Awad. Oh my gosh, listen, I read Bunny in 2025, and it was just the right amount of weird and confusing, and I can't type and think. I did DNF this one. I got to page 90 and was having a good time, to the point where I brought it back to the library and I was like, I have to return this to you today, but if it's not on hold for anyone else, can I check it back out? And they were like, it's not on hold for anyone else, you can take it back. I spent the rest of that day reading another 90 pages, got to page 180, which was part 2, and I can't give you spoilers because it's book 2, but it's the prequel sequel, because it's both before and after book 1, and during book 1. We got to a new POV and perspective, and I just could not do it. I couldn't do it. This is 482 pages. That's maybe its first problem. Too long. Came out in 2025. It's fiction, horror, literary, magical realism, dark, funny, mysterious, medium paced. I liked Bunny. I would recommend Bunny. Bunny is the right kind of weird for me. This took a turn. Too weird, and not in a good fun way, and I'm a bored girl reading this kind of way, you know? So Anywho, speaking of weird books, but this one worked for me. This is the only book here that I have read and finished. It's The Starving Saints by Caitlin Starling. Oh my god. I just finished this on January 1st, which was yesterday. I don't know where I am. Okay. This was everything I want in a weird gothic horror book. It's 344 pages. It came out in 2025. It's fiction, fantasy, historical horror, LGBTQIA+. It's quite sapphic. Dark, mysterious, tense, medium paced. If you don't like cannibalism, this is not for you. It goes places. It does things. I could see this as a movie. If you've watched Nosferatu, if you've watched Frankenstein, this should be next. This is the next movie. Make this one next. It's 5 stars. It was my first 5-star read of 2026. I loved it. Up next is book 2 of a book I read for my book club you can read with us last year. It's All the Hidden Paths by Foz Meadows. The first book is The Strange and Stubborn Endurance, I believe. Book 1 was wonderful. They're chunky, they're long, they are queer, and just so fun. Well, the book number 1, the first chapter or 2 really is a trigger warning in and of itself. It just slaps you right in the face and was hard to read. But then after that, it kind of gets okay again. There's a lot of like ups and downs. It's fantasy, it's fighting, it's political, there's marriages of political intention, there's murders, there's so much happening. And it was really fun actually, because there's also a genuine slow burn. Oh my gosh, it was great. This book is 517 pages, came out in 2023. Fiction, fantasy, LGBTQIA+, romance, adventurous, emotional, medium paced. I can't wait to jump back into this world. I had got 7% into this book when once again I had to return it, and this time someone else had it on hold, which, like, I love other people in my area are reading this series. So I just got it back, and I'm gonna try and finish it this time. We shall see. This is a book that did not get the vote for my November book club book pick for my book club, because I was really just going for winter vibes, and I have something in my mouth. This is The Foxwife by Yangzi Chu. Look at that cover. And it's cold still here in Florida, if you can believe it. So it's still an appropriate seasonal read, I think. It's 388 pages, came out in 2024. It's fiction, fantasy, historical, literary, magical realism, mystery, adventurous, emotional, mysterious, medium paced. This one got put on our list to vote for because it's diverse. It is, I believe, Asian in some capacity, and the Asian fox spirit lore. I don't remember which community it belongs to. I know the nine-tailed fox is typically a Korean thing, but potentially it like shares legend and mythology with other Asian locations as well. And they don't call it necessarily like the nine-tailed fox, but I'm not explaining this well. Anyway, hope to read this in January because it's still chilly out and it fits with the snow of it all. It looks so good on the table with the little snowy Christmas tree. Oh, that's so cute. Up next is another very long book that I don't know that I'm gonna get to before I have to return it, but it's Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. I read my first V.E. Schwab book in 2025. I read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Loved that book. There was one character I didn't really like, so that's why it didn't get a 5-star. But overall, the concept, the historical, the writing, loved it. So let's see what this is about. This is 535 pages, came out in 2025. Fiction, fantasy, historical, LGBTQIA+, dark, emotional, mysterious, medium paced. that's really all I personally need to know. It sounds good. It's going to be long. It's a fantasy. It's historical again, which is really the element that gets me so excited. I'm learning more and more about myself and my reading tastes. 2025 opened my eyes to so many things because I joined too many book clubs, and each book club has a very specific vibe of what we read, and it has just broadened my world, my reading world, and been great. Maybe I'll do a whole video talking about that. I don't know. Anyway, what's next? This is a book I've picked up because I keep hearing about it and seeing it on lists and potentially want to vote on it for my book club. It's The Incandescent by Emily Tesh. This is a queer book, and that's why it's on my radar, because I am constantly looking up new or newer releases of queer books that people are really liking and talking about. This is 416 pages, came out in 2025. It's fiction, fantasy, LGBTQIA+, adventurous, emotional, mysterious, medium-paced. I don't know anything else about it. I think maybe it has to do with a phoenix. I could be wrong. The bird on the cover kind of gives me phoenix vibes. Can you see the bird? Are you seeing a bird? It's a bird. I think it's a phoenix, but I don't know. I kind of like going into books not really knowing too much, just knowing like 1 or 2 words. That's enough for me these days. Up next is one I'm gonna really try and read before I have to return everything, because it's gonna be hard to get back, I feel like. And it's Taurus Season by Brynne Weaver. This is an author who definitely took Book Talk by storm. Why are you so wiggly? Hello? Stay there. When I was on Book Talk, I'm not anymore, they wrote that other book series. What was it called? Butchered and Blackbird. They wrote that, and you either really like it or you really hate it, and I think I'm going to really like it. I have not read that series yet. I really want to, but as soon as I saw that they are starting a new series, I was like, yeah, I'm going to pick that one up. Because why go backwards when you can go forwards and then go backwards, you know? So this book is 376 pages, came out in 2025, like literally the last week of 2025 or something crazy. It's fiction, romance, dark, funny, mysterious, medium-paced. I'm pretty sure they're killing people in this, so trigger warnings if you don't like that. Because it's not just like a hee-haw romance, that's dark romance. It's like maybe they're serial killers who are dating. I'm not sure yet. I haven't read it, but that's my general impression from what I've heard. Up next is book 2 to a book that I might have read in 2024. God, time is weird. It's A Curse Carved in Bone, Saga of the Unfated, book 2 by Danielle L. Jensen. I have so many Danielle L. Jensen books on my shelves behind me that you can't currently see because my big body is right there. Well, it's not really a big body. I shouldn't have said that. I'm just big compared to my shelves in the perspective of where I'm sitting. That's what I meant. Okay, this is book 2, like I said. This is a little like Norse mythology, if I remember correctly, where humans are gifted magical powers from gods. And so like whatever god can wield a fiery axe, there's a human who can also do that. But they are not the god themselves. They're just a human who has that magical power. And there was some like political maneuverings here. There's lots of like murders and potential genocides of other clans and things. And the end, I remember being like so many reveals back to back to back, very intense, and you just not knowing how it would get resolved in book 2. This is book 2. It is 402 pages, came out in 2025. It's fiction, fantasy, romance, adventurous, emotional, tense, medium-paced. And I did really like book 1. So, and I can remember enough of it that I don't feel like I need to reread it to go into this one. So that's good. My throat's starting to hurt so bad and we only have 3 books left. So let's get to it. This is another book for a book club I am a part of. It's Spectacular Things by Beck Dory Stein. I don't know if they already had the online book club meeting. I think they might have. I think they might have. I think it might have been on the 30th of December. Oh well. This particular book club that I'm in, it's all virtual, and I don't really know anyone in it because I just joined online, and I don't feel as bad missing those meetings, but I do still feel so good about being exposed to so many new books, and they are really on top of like new books that are coming out and in various different genres and niches. And so even if I miss the meeting, and I missed so many when I had mono really bad, even if I miss a meeting, I think it's okay because I'm still going to try and read the books and still have that experience. And so I'm part of the club, and I'm still reading the books and getting that exposure, but I'm missing like the discussion aspect of it. And for now, that's okay, because I was part of the discussions a few months before and having a good time. So I know that I can always like catch back up, essentially. But I don't feel like I'm missing out really either too much. Anyway, I don't know if that makes any sense to anyone but me. This book is 353 pages. It came out in 2025. It's literary fiction, emotional, hopeful, inspiring, medium-paced. This book we actually talked about at my other book club where we had our holiday party, which I talked about in a different video that's on my main channel. I forgot that that's not in this video. But they brought this book as part of like our White Elephant book exchange. So people really liked it. Like 5-star really liked it. So that's exciting, and I hope I like it too. Up next is an author I have been dying to read, and I just haven't yet. It's Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. I got this book in October and then had to return it. And then saw it when I went back in December and was like, yoink, you're coming home with me. This author just has so many books, and I want to know if I like their writing style or not. I thought this would be a perfect October read. Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. All of it sounds so good to me personally. It's 496 pages. Came out in 2025. It's fiction, historical, horror, dark, emotional, tense, medium paced. What more do you want from me? It's a big chunky book. I like this cover, and also the black and red cover is fun too. I really just need to know if I like Grady Hendrix and keep reading more of their books, because I have so many. And people talk about them, and this is another instance of FOMO, and me being like, I need to know how I need my opinion. And I can't have an opinion if I don't read it. So the last book is another book for a book club I'm a part of online. I think this is either the January or February pick. It's Girls, Girls, Girls by Shoshana Von Blankenese, I think. I don't know. That font was a little hard for me to read. Love the color scheme, though. Let's see what this says. This is 384 pages, came out in 2025. It's fiction, LGBTQIA+, literary, emotional, reflective, medium-paced. I'm just always excited to try and find more queer books that I can recommend to my book club You Can Read With Us. I keep promoting it every time. I can't stop myself, okay? I just get excited reading more queer fiction, and I want to tell my book club about it if I like it. So I can't wait to read this one. I hope it's good. This is, in fact, the last book I have checked out from the library, unless there's some hiding somewhere. I don't currently have any digital or audiobooks checked out that I can think of, but I'll probably check out an audiobook soon, because I do like to listen to audiobooks when I go to the gym, and I plan on going back, maybe not next week, but maybe the week after. Because you really have to be careful once you get mono to not jump back into anything too fast, or it reactivates. How fun. So anywho, I don't have anything checked out online that I need to mention. That's it. That was a lot of books. I'll probably have these library book hauls every once in a while, because once I return a good chunk of them, I then check out more. Like, the last time I was like, oh, I'm returning 5 books, perfect. I'll go grab 5 other books from the new bookshelf. I did that, and then when I was like, hi, I would like to check these out, they scanned my card, and they were like, oh, you have 3 books on hold that are available. So I returned 5, and went home with 8. That is my life, and I love it. So, anywho, those are the books I'm hoping to read, or at the very least are on my radar, and I felt strongly enough to check them out from my library. What are some of the books you're checking out from your library these days? If you want more library videos, tips and tricks, I don't know, you can let me know in the comments what you'd like me to make a video about. Otherwise, it's just gonna be more random videos when I get a chance to make them. And definitely lots of live streams and reading sprints in 2026, I hope. That's the goal. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening to me yap about books for 30 minutes. That's a long time. You deserve a snack and a treat and a rest, and so do I. So I'm gonna do that now. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Also, if you didn't know, I do have an Etsy shop now where I sell bookish merch and things. It's called Beyond the Stars We Glow. I have bookmarks, I have e-reader inserts, and I have digital download greeting cards for the holidays, and I'm going to be adding some for Valentine's Day, and I'm just have a lot of work to do. So if you're looking for bookish gifts for your bookish bestie, check out my Etsy shop. And also check me out over on Twitch if you want to see the reading sprints from Twitch instead of watching over on YouTube. I don't know what your preference is. I'll probably be on both. Anyway, bye. See you next time.